I can't do it. 70 miles to the gallon, this hog. Woo! I'll be working on the railroad all the live long day. This is the exact time when the train comes in the movies. Trying to cross the track, or trying to cross the bridge. So I thought I'd take the MotoPedal out for a spin today, because I think I'm probably going to be taking it apart soon. Haven't been on it in a while. Still works pretty good. So yeah, this is something I built when I was younger, quite a while ago. But it's I'm a huge tinkerer, and it's kind of like one of the first projects, besides many others, that kind of got me to where I am today. Just playing around with bikes, trying to build bike frames and everything. And so it's definitely kind of a nostalgic project for sure. But I just don't use it that much anymore, and can't really ride in the trails because it's a little bit loud. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the GoPro on the head cam, and I'll do a rundown of all the parts and all the components to it and how I made it and how I built it. So this is going to be one more for the engineers and the designers out there, and for the tech crowd, they'll probably like this. So yeah, check it out. All right, so hopefully this is coming through. All right, so hopefully the camera's all lined up and stuff, and I got my lav mic on this time, so the audio should be a little bit better than going through the GoPro. Anyway, okay, let's take a look at this beast. So super quick rundown. This I called the MotoPedal, and I built this when I was like in my 20s, or sometime then. Built a lot of bikes, and it was kind of one of the first projects that I did before later on I started to, I learned CAD, and then I got really good at it, and then I started designing bike parts for industry, and this is where I'm at. But this is this is like a Frankenstein, definitely Frankenstein build. So all right, this actually started out, I bought a Norco Bigfoot frame from this little boy in Hull, and I put a motor on, and it was a hardtail, and it just started like that. You buy these motor kits from China, and it just links directly to your rear wheel. It comes with a little sprocket you attach, and then I was using that for a bit, and then I was like, oh, gotta do something better, gotta figure something out, you know, it needs rear suspension. So I started like cutting parts off, welding, re-welding. Anyway, long story short, the only thing, it's hilarious, the only thing left on this frame from that original frame is the head tube. So everything else is all custom stock metal. You can see down here, I ended up breaking this part because it just wasn't strong enough. And this is how you do it, right? You experiment, you go out, ride it, break things, and build it better. But anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, I guess I can talk about that too. So this tank it's all aluminum. Okay, it's got a nice kind of shape to it, contours to your legs and everything. Actually made forms for this. So I made steel, I welded up steel forms. This was made out of aluminum plate, and I bent the aluminum plate, heated the aluminum plate up, and bent it around the steel form. So it was almost like a backyard kind of forging kind of situation going on. And so it was 2 halves, 2 clams, and I just welded it down the center. I did all the welding on this bike. It's how I learned how to weld aluminum. Welding aluminum is the coolest thing in the world, but it's an art. It's definitely an art form. But really quickly here, what else? Trying not to fall off this cliff. So this is kind of the cool part, because I added something extra here. I added a jack shaft, which lets me run it through the transmission. So when you buy these kits, they just bolt directly onto the rear wheel, so you don't have any gears. But this way I'm running through, my wire's caught here. This way I'm running through the actual bike drivetrain. So the motor's not stock. You know, I put on some of these little like extra CNC kind of parts. I put on a high-speed carb. I did the 2-stroke upgraded exhaust. I have a high compression head on it. So she puts out about probably 3 to 4 horsepower. Now here's the problem. What I was saying before is that, you know, everybody thinks this is so cool. Oh, you can go fast and stuff. Well, the problem is when you run horsepower through bike chain. Bike chains are pretty tough, but you got to watch out. The big thing is if your derailleur's not adjusted properly, then that's a huge problem. You're gonna rip your chain apart. So that's one of the issues that you sort of have to know how to ride it, because when you're shifting gears, you have to kind of treat it gently. So it's not like anybody can just go get on it and ride it, because they're gonna break it. I don't weigh that much too, and for somebody to come on that was like 200 pounds and plus, it would probably struggle a little bit. For me, at about 150, 160, it's, you know, it gets me around. You can climb hills, you can ride trails. You can't do it that fast. On flat, you'll top out, you know, at around maybe 50 kilometers an hour, and you have to work up to it. So it's not like a real dirt bike. You can't pull wheelies, anything like that. But one thing I should mention too, the tank, it holds enough gas for about 70 to 100 kilometers. And if you pedal on top of that, then obviously you'll get more. It sips gas, it goes so far. So this jack shaft, let me jump around. All right, so I'll have to jump around, but I'm just gonna show how the Driveline works. So this jack shaft here is actually a custom made, like the kit doesn't come with this. So this is completely engineered and designed. I'm able to loosen a few screws and tighten this set screw here and lift it up as the chain on the other side slackens. I have spacers that I can pull the motor in that way, which is what you see down here. All right, so it allows the motor to pull up like that when this chain slackens. They're all pretty much at their max right now anyway. But so here's the Driveline. You have motor transmission coming through here, and I'll show how the clutch works after too. But you have motor transmission coming here, you pop the clutch, okay, and then you have the jack shaft delivering it to the freewheel system here, okay, and you can pedal through that freewheel, and then obviously you have your chain hooked up to that freewheel. So there's a freewheel in this little in the front crank, and then that gets you to your rear cog set. I'm going to use my phone and just get a couple better shots with in better resolution. Here's a clutch. Just pop the clutch. Got a high performance CDI. It's for a CR80. I had to add this idler wheel because the BMX chain was maxed out in terms of its slack, so I couldn't raise it up anymore. I couldn't raise the whole engine up anymore to tighten it, so I had to add that. Oh, so I almost forgot to show how it actually functions and works, which I'm sure everybody would want to know as well. So you got a throttle on this side. You got the throttle cutout right there. You first have to get this mic wire out of here. Should have got a wireless mic. You first have to turn the gas on right here. There's a little gas valve. Turn that on. You have your choke right here, and you have your primer right here, like that. And how it works is that you have a, well, I'll just show it here. You have a clutch. So I don't know if we can see that, but this is your front brake, and then the clutch is right underneath. I had to do this weird thing where you actually have two handles there. It's crazy. And the clutch just has a little lock, so it holds in place, so you can freewheel it and you can actually pedal it like a bike. But it's about 70 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. And when you pop the clutch, what happens is that engages the motor. It goes through the jack shaft, and then it goes through this freewheel here. So what happens when you pop the clutch, you can actually, when you pedal, you're actually engaging the motor. So you pop the clutch, you pedal, and it actually turns the motor over. So that's how you start. So it's really cool, because what happens is you can just kind of like ghost past people, they don't even know, and then you just pedal and the motor fires up. So, and from the cockpit, that kind of looks like this. That, I just don't know if my camera is going to show it. I'm trying to kind of angle down a bit, or angle up, probably about like that. That's it. You got your front back brake, and here's the rear derailleur. But I couldn't ride it. I couldn't run it on this side. I had to flip it around and flip it around the top. So this is your up, this is your down, and you have the same amount of gears as a normal, or I think it's 8-speed. But I only end up using the top like 4 or 5 gears, and to climb you definitely want to have it in the highest gear. But let's go fire it up. Maybe we'll go this way, it's flatter. And so I have the clutch in right now. Okay, I'm pedaling, and then I pop the clutch right like this. I pop it and then I pedal. Oh, so it hasn't been warmed up. Okay, so let's try that again. Here we go. So we're just clutch out, pedal. So yeah, I'm not too sure what I'll do with it. I'm thinking I'm just going to take it apart, probably part some of the mount mic parts out, and then just keep the frame and the motor and all that. Just keep it for like a keepsake. Maybe it'll end up in a museum or something someday when I'm dead. A famous motorcycle designer. Getting there. Yeah, so anyway, that's it. That's the MotoPedal. I'm glad I got some footage of it, because I never did all these years. And thanks for watching. If you like my channel, if you like all this stuff, just you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and yeah, hopefully you know, just things keep getting better and better. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. So, oh, by the way, this place is really cool.